This is one of those offensive performances that I'll never forget. What a game.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
In motion, Hill. Now Tua on the bootleg here, rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill. Loose inside the 30. Tyreek Hill, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill 76 yards. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Chiefs nothing. Jason Sanders, the kicker for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The slot man in motion right. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The man in motion is Brown. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Check three. Empty.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, all right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it.
Broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this.
Hello, my name's Jason.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. The broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty. And I swear that the last couple months that tried to kill me. By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family. A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Damn, it's exhausting. This is why I walked in.
Thanks for letting me share, y'all.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. I'm tired of being broken. I'm sick of feeling hopeless. Way down here at my lowest. At the end of my rope, at the end of my rope. So what do I do? So what do I do? What do I do? And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on.
Turn the lights on.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. The people they make go and dollars they make grow. And everything's for show, but I will remain cold and eager. The queen don't talk to the meager, a leader. Who you know in the Zephyr? Been through the trenches, gutter fields and stenches. Gone ball, they filling up the benches. Half-court shooter, spitting from the medulla. Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody want a doula, defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear the stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you can never survive her. Streets got a code up, couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid, decide that I'm the same. A new rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with, doing big things, but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain, but your chain can't blame. On a new plane, but your main can't tame this. Same dame, but the rock got bigger. Might buy the drop top, got more figures. Pull up in the lot, still block pop. The posse can spot. Come and go, but I still check. Now I ain't saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that you're not. I got it all, baby, give it everything you got. And arrogant. Sitting in the booth, I ain't even gotta lie, cause you know that I'm the truth. Yeah. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never...
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Steps away. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 48 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, 1st quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
Will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 69 yards. And the Chiefs have come back to make it a 2-point game. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match? Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Brown the motion man right. 2nd down. Here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll send Brown in motion right. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
In motion right is Smith. Hurts sets up to throw it. Goes right back to Smith again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll roll him out right. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Running left, it's Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
All tied up, 8 apiece with 2 minutes on the clock. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Hurts will throw. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready
I couldn't even move. What are you, one of them cheaters too?
And ready to put your best product out there.
So I have to call a timeout.
On first down, Mahomes.
Same bullshit pattern. I got something for that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd in a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did.
He's trying to go for the bomb.
Let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down.
Look at this shit. Look at that shit.
And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles 21. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Nigga can't even fall. All of them cheat, man. All of them got the gaffles. All of y'all motherfuckers is cheaters, man. Trust me.
Succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him.
Y'all don't prove shit. All y'all do is cheat.
Touchdown pass. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the 1st half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up there.
Yeah, shit, bitch. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Time left on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. We'll see how this all plays
Fuck out of here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you're
all right.
That's good for 28 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short game. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Look at this fucking faggot. Look at this glitch faggot shit. Look at this glitch faggot shit. He's a glitcher, nigga. You is a glitcher. He's a glitcher. Get that shit. Get the fuck out of here, yo. That's what they do. That's what these glitches do, bro. There's only so much you could do with them. But we should have stopped that. He gonna run. Run. Come here, bitch. Look at it, they still give it to him. You one of them glitcher niggas. One of them glitches.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down.
At the 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he's got it up to the 28-yard line.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Out to his left. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
In motion right is Brown. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now 2nd and 9. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll go to Barkley again. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. Smith will come in motion right. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. A quick throw here out to Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 1-yard touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Here's 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Here comes 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Pacheco.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words: make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. One final try for Mahomes. Touchdown! Rashee Rice finding the end zone on the game's final play. So no shortage of offense in this game.